Aloha guys, Justin here with another episode of Fish and Dive Hawaii, where we try to give you all the best fishing and diving tips here in the Aloha state. And in today's episode, we are actually going diving for the first time in a couple of months. The waves have been up here on the North Shore. This is a winter time, so it's coming right into the spring and the summer, so we should be getting some more flat waters, but I'm just really excited to go test out my new Evolve 3-prong, the 8-footer, and test out this gun right here. So yeah, let's go jump in the water.
Alright, welcome back to another spearfishing vlog. It's been like 2 months since we've uploaded one, or since I've even had a chance to go diving. The waves have just been up and I have been really busy, and with all of this craziness going on, it's just nice being in the water and finding a flat day with some clean water after it being rough for the last couple of months. Today was the only flat day that we could go, so me and my buddy Jerome, it's my first time diving with him, picked a spot that had a little bit of a strong current, but we were able to pick up some fish, or at least I was able to catch some fish with a 3-prong pole spear, as a lot of you guys requested. And I've actually got some more 8-foot Evolve 3-prongs that I'm using in this video back in stock if you guys want to go check it out at fishanddivehawaii.com. So if you guys notice, in the top right corner I included a timer, which you guys have been seeing in the interactive spearfishing or breath hold challenges that I've been posting recently on the channel. But some of you guys requested I do them in the diving vlogs as well, but I'm just not going to do them on every single dive down because it'd be kind of redundant. But right now, this is my second or third drop of this dive, just trying to warm up, get my lungs ready for the better part of the diving grounds. And you'll see a nice to'au or blacktail snapper, one of 3 invasive species here in Hawaii, swim away from me. The fish are usually pretty smart. Sometimes we'll run into dumb ones, but this one was definitely educated. On the way out, we swam past a lot of good fish to target with a 3-prong or a pole spear, so I went ahead and put the gun on my buoy, grabbed my Evolve 3-prong, and targeted some kole, which are some orange-eyed or yellow-eyed tang. Not a big fish, but it's definitely a huge delicacy here in the Aloha state. And if you guys take a look at the tip of the Evolve 3-prongs, they all kind of angle in, and what that does is it prevents the fish from coming off of the actual 3-prong after you shoot it. If you guys seen right there, I just string it straight through the eyes, which is a pretty convenient way to string the fish. You don't want to go through the mouth and the gills because these fish are so small. It's easier just to put your kui straight through the eyes and then get on with your dive. So anytime you catch a fish, you want to dispatch it or brain it right away as soon as you can secure it, just so you prevent the vibrations in the water for unwanted guests, and it's also just a humane way to do it. So on that last drop, you guys seen me miss that kole, and I tell you what, if you've ever hunted kole before, they pull off some ninja stuff. They're kind of dodgy and quick, which makes them more fun to hunt and target, plus they taste so delicious. So I went down, took a drop a little bit further down, and I noticed a school of manini, which is a different type of tang, and also some kole. So what I did was found this nice rock to hide behind, see what kind of fish are going to come in, and yeah, it's starting to seem like the fish are pretty smart in this particular location. After landing the few koles, I wanted to go ahead and switch over to my 120 centimeter carbon fiber pipe gun. I haven't had much luck with this gun, and it's because I don't really dive with it. I use my 90 centimeter Pathos Open Pro, but I did see a pile of fish in the background, so what I'm doing is hiding on the shelf right here behind this rock, and the fish are behind in that sand pocket. So I'm grunting, trying to bring them in, but like I said, these fish are smart in this area, or at least we didn't come across any of the dumb ones. Pretty challenging so far. On the left side, you'll see Jerome taking a drop on the same pile of fish, and it was weird because the fish were really smart, and you would think that it'd kind of be more tame since there hasn't been a lot of divers with everything going on, but it was the exact opposite. So after trying to work a couple piles, I noticed a munu, which is a Joe Louis double-barred goldfish, I think is a traditional name for it. But swimming across from my right to left, I'm going to take a shot with my 5/8 bands, which are thick bands and a big gun, and I miss. Pretty unfortunate because I do love eating goldfish. Until next time. So after about 20 minutes of frustrating drops on uhus or prospective fish, I went ahead and switched over to the 3-prong again and targeted some kole. And the first shot, I missed that one too. So I'm following up on this kole, trying to look what else I can catch. There's some maninis right there too, but they just weren't that big. So I'm just going after the koles right now. But you'll see in just a second, I shoot probably one of the biggest koles that I've ever caught in my life. So koles like to stay pretty close to the reef, and they like to hide in little caves, so they'll pop in and out of it, and that's usually when you can take your shot. Right here I seen a bunch of fish in this dark cave, and I just took a random shot right here. And I didn't realize how big this kole was, but it was a monster one. And when I say random shot, I knew I was targeting a kole, but there were two of them going back and forth, so I wasn't sure which one was which. I just took the shot. If you're ever going to go spearfishing, you have to make sure you know what fish you're targeting, the name of the species, what's the legal size requirements, laws and regulations, all that stuff. You can find more information on the channel. I posted quite a few videos on it, and I'll post more in the future. And here's another example of something that you guys can't see on video, but I can see, which is that shot on a mempachi, which is a soldier fish. They're nocturnal fish, which means they only hunt at night and stuff. So during the daytime, they hide in these caves, and usually when you miss them, they don't swim that far away, and you can take another shot. Pay attention to this shot right here. This is on a kole. You'll see what I mean about the 3-prong spreading out and just really getting through the fish and preventing it from coming off. On the right hand side of this drop, you'll see what looks like is going to be a cave, and sometimes you just have to take a drop and see what it is. And it wasn't much of a cave. I was hoping for some mempachis or something, but it's a nice little hiding spot, and I noticed some fish in the background. So we're going to try to see what we can call in. Maybe some goats. I noticed some uhu, which are Hawaiian parrotfish, kind of keeping the distance. If I had my spear gun, maybe I'll take a shot, but these ones are a little smaller, 2 to 3 pounds. I usually try to target anywhere between 4 to 7 pounds is like the best eating. So I'm going to go ahead and swim back up. Let Jerome know, because I know he's close by, that there's some fish here, and he's got his gun out, so he'll be able to take the first drop and see what he can catch.
Right there, Jerome. Jerome. And there's some moo and some uhu.
So Jerome took a drop, and he took a shot at a red uhu. And it ripped off. Those fish rip off pretty easily, and so I took a drop and tried to see if there's any fish still hanging out. But usually when you try to take a shot at the fish, anytime you shoot your gun, all the fish are going to dig out in that particular area, and they're just not going to come back unless you got that really dumb one, which is kind of what I'm looking for right now. I found this nice pocket where I'm going to take a drop and maybe see if I can shoot a toa or something. And there's a big munu goatfish that swims right up to my face. But here's the thing, guys, I have a really big gun, 120 centimeters, and I got handcuffed there. So the fish, I had a potential shot. If I had my 3-prong or a smaller gun like my 90 centimeter, I would have been able to take that shot. You'll see it kind of peek right behind that rock in the back right there. He's going to turn around and swim back down, and me and him were kind of playing hide and seek for a little bit. And it's dives like these where I wish I had my 90 centimeter or at least my 3-prong instead of this big old gun in my hand. This drop right here is one of the last drops before my GoPro's battery died. Usually I can make it last anywhere between 2 to 4 hours. I'm about 2.5 hours into this dive, and I think I was just recording stuff and I didn't realize I was recording, and usually that's what makes it drain faster. So this drop right here, I dove in this crack, which is a nice hiding spot. I'm trying to grunt, I'm trying to call in some uhus, but unfortunately the only ones that wanted to come in were these smaller ones, which I'm definitely not trying to target. So I'm just going to try to look around and see what else is in the area. It's a good idea if you're looking in a certain direction to turn around, because some predators like ukus or even moo, that sort of stuff, they like to come in and check it out. So you got to make sure you're watching your 6 as well as the front of you and the fish that you're trying to target. But I was able to land some fish with the 3-prong and the pole spear. Wasn't able to shoot any fish with the gun like goatfish or uhus or anything, but it's a pretty successful dive. I'd say overall it's a pretty successful dive. Didn't manage to shoot anything with our spear guns, but I did catch some coles and a good sized goatfish with the 8-foot evolved pole spear to kind of demonstrate what you guys can target and the fish you guys can land with that pole spear. Let's go look at the fish that we're gonna ice up. So inside of my pelican cooler, we have the fish that we caught today. This is a solid sized cooler right here, probably one of the bigger ones I've ever caught. And then I caught this nice little moano, nice little goatfish. So we can fry all of this up. I actually just got a walk not too long ago, so we're gonna ice it down and then fry it up at home. All right, so it's been approximately 2 days. I'm finally gonna clean the fish and fry it up, so let's do that right now. So just a little bit of ice I threw in the day we went diving. There's still a ton of ice and this water is freezing cold. That's why I prefer to keep fish in here over my fridge, just because it's less mess. I can just clean up the cooler nice and good afterwards, and yeah, and I know it's just gonna keep the temperature. So these are the coles. Look at this one right here. I actually wanted to measure this one. This is huge. This is like the size of my, this is over a shaka's length right here. This is like a shaka and a shaka and a fifth of a shaka. Grab some of these fish and actually see how long they are. That's what another reason why I love this pelican cooler is that it has a scale on top of it, so you can see how big your fish is. So this one is about, let's get the tail right here. Yeah, I caught this fish. It's about 10 inches. If you go from the fork, it's about 9 inches. So nice solid moano. Cole is a dozer one, probably one of the biggest coles I've ever shot. 9 inches is pretty large for cole. They usually don't I usually don't shoot ones this big, so pretty stoked on this. So this is the whole spread of the fish that we caught. I'm not going to go over the whole cleaning process. I got a ton of videos where I go over all of that, so I'm just going to clean it right now and then we'll go ahead and fry them up. You can see with shot placement too where the 3 prongs went in. You usually see like 3 little dots. Can't tell where I shot this one at. I think right around here. And this moano, not sure where the shot placement was on this one. I think right here actually. But we can tell right there's that one. But yeah, usually you can tell where the 3 prongs actually penetrate the fish. So I have all the fish cleaned, gutted, scaled, all of that stuff. I actually threw away the guts just now, but I had to run over to the trash and come back quickly because if you guys remember last time, oh my gosh guys, how funny is that? Oh, my fish is gone. Munu is gone off of here. A cat ate the fish, so didn't happen this time, thankfully, but I bet there's cats around here watching, waiting for me to leave. I'm gonna go ahead and distribute this. I'm gonna give a couple to my grandpa, to my mom, then, and then we'll decide which ones we're gonna take home and fry up. So these ones right here are staying at my mom's house, And these right here are going home with me. I got the big one, I got the small one, and I also got the goatfish that I'm just gonna fry up. Usually I like to steam them with ginger and stuff, but we're just gonna try and fry it all whole because I do have a new wok. It's a stovetop wok, so we'll fry it up in that and then see how they come out.
So I actually ended up freezing the fish because I didn't want it to go bad, but we're gonna defrost it tonight and make a really good recipe. Hopefully, I've never tried it before, with this tree right behind me. So what this is an ulu tree or Hawaiian breadfruit. You can see this right here. You guys are probably all familiar with what kind of fruit this is, but you can actually fry these up and make these like chips or fries. So what we're gonna do is make a Hawaiian style fish and chips. So we're gonna pick a couple of these breadfruit off of the tree and try out this recipe. I've never tried it before. Hopefully it comes out good.
Go again. Let me see.
So from what I've always known is to look for the ones that have like this milk coming off of it, but you want to be careful not getting this milk inside of your eyes because it can be toxic and it can be really bad. So yeah, when you harvest them, try not to get the milk inside of your eyes. We're gonna clip them by the stem right over here instead of this whole branch, just to keep the tree healthy. And we're gonna try to get a couple of these. I don't know if you guys can see that one way up there, but what we do is get this clipper, then we're gonna pull the string. Should come right off. Heads up. Ooh, down. Now obviously having it fall like this is not ideal, but these fruit are pretty sturdy and I'm just using them to cook at my house, so yeah, should be good to go. Alright, so we're in my kitchen. We have the fish in this container, and then we have the ulu right here, so we're going to cut it up. I'll show you how I'm going to do that, and then I'll explain what I'm doing right now. Okay, so I've seen a few demonstrations on how to prepare this, but what I'm going to do to take off the skin is just cut it by the stem side, like that, and then we're just going to lay this down flat like a platform, and then just skin it going across. Paper towel, I'm just going to stick this underneath so that the cutting board doesn't move as much, just to be safe. Cut down. You guys can't see it on this side, but we're just going to work our way down alongside and try to save as much of the fruit as we can, and then we're going to use that as a guide to kind of shave it down. Alright, so I didn't do an incredible job with it, but I think that was pretty good. I saved most of the fruit on top of it, so we're just going to split this up into 4 different parts and then cut it up into thin slices. Alright, right there, you guys see the pit in that area. Slice it in half again, both sides, and we're going to go ahead and carve out that area. Okay, so I carved out the whole center area, right? So now what we're gonna do is cut these up into really thin slices. So I have these cut into really thin slices that I'm gonna go ahead and fry up and make them like chips. I'm gonna try to do something else with these other 2 pieces. So with these pieces, I'm actually going to cut them a little bit thicker slices. So what I'm gonna do with these is, instead of frying these ones like fries or chips or whatever, I'm gonna steam these and then fry them and then lay them underneath the fish as sort of like a bedding. Okay, so I have the wok right here that I'm gonna fill with oil. I've got some olive oil, huge thing of olive oil. So I'm just gonna fill that up like right about there. What that oil is gonna be used for too is to fry up the fish after we fry up this ulu. So I was thinking about frying up the fish first and then the ulu, but I think I'm gonna do the ulu first and then the fish afterwards. What I don't have, unfortunately, is Hawaiian salt, so I'm just gonna have to use regular salt. Just gonna throw some salt in there. I'm gonna throw some pepper in here as well, garlic salt, some onion powder, and some parsley. Get this all seasoned up. Now I'm gonna heat the oil to about medium high. I'm just gonna mix up all of the seasoning inside of this. That's how it looks right here. While we're waiting for the oil to heat up, we're gonna take these bigger steak-sized pieces and throw them in this Instant Pot right here.
And we're gonna steam them like we would potatoes. So I'm gonna throw all this inside. I'm gonna add 1 cup of water right here. And we're gonna set this to pressure cook for about 15 minutes. I'm gonna make sure the venting part is closed. I think our oil is good now, so let's go ahead and throw in our pieces of ulu. Actually, let's split it in 2 different sets. One thing I'm gonna try to add is some butter, just because I love butter. All right, these are looking pretty done. So what we're gonna do is take them out, set them on this plate, let the oil drain a little bit. If anything, we can throw them back in if I don't like the texture, but look at that. It looks pretty crispy already. All right, let's throw in our second batch. All right, so from the first batch, there's one of them, a thinner piece, so we'll see how it tastes. Wow, this is good. I might add a little bit more salt just over it. I love the texture of it, especially because it's a fruit. Bomb. All right, so my wife is gonna try a piece of this. She's really picky, so you can see that she took a really small bite. How is it?
This is not bad.
Take a bigger bite. Is it good? It's fried breadfruit. It's not bad, huh?
I feel like it could be a little crunchier.
Could be a little crunchier. Maybe I could leave it in longer.
Yeah, but it's good.
So my wife said they can be a little bit more crispy, so I'm just gonna throw them back inside of the oil, fry them up just a little bit longer. How good does that look? Now it's a little bit more of that golden crispy brown. So we're gonna take this out, let it drip with the oil, wait for the steam ones to finish up, and then fry the fish right after that. Look at that, guys, so good. Next up, we've got our fish. This is the bigger kole. What I'm gonna do is cut slits inside of both sides. We're gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna add some salt. I wish we had some Hawaiian salt. We're just gonna add some salt, some pepper, and some garlic salt. That. Now we're just gonna set this right in the oil. You want to back up though, because fish is full of water, right? They live in water, they're full of water, and they will splash. So we'll go ahead, set that in there. We've got our Moano too. You're gonna need to cook it for like 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Let's go ahead and flip it. Like that. Alright, so the fish is looking pretty done. We're gonna take it out and put the rest of the 2 pieces inside. While we're waiting for the rest of the fish to fry, our pressure cooker is now done. Let's go ahead and vent it out. Open it up. Whew. A lot of steam. Now I'm gonna stick a fork in the breadfruit to see if it's ready. And look at that, it goes right through. So that means that it's pretty much steamed and cooked all the way through. I'm gonna go ahead and set it on this cutting board after I wash it, because it's got all the fish stuff on top. And then we're gonna put it in flour and then fry it again inside some butter. Alright, so this fish is pretty much done too. I'm gonna take it out. Look at that. Got the breadfruit with the flour inside of here. We cooked it with some butter. We're gonna throw in the rest of these. Alright, so now we have our ulu chips and then our steamed and fried ulu as kind of the bedding. I'm gonna set the fish over that. But first I wanna make a sauce for the ulu chips. So what I'm gonna do is mix some mayonnaise, some brown sugar, and some oyster sauce. We're gonna mix it all together, and some shoyu obviously. So we're gonna mix it all together and try to come up with a nice little sauce to go with the ulu chips. For the fish, I've got here my grandma's special sauce, shoyu, vinegar, and Hawaiian chili pepper. That's really good with any type of fish, steak, that sort of stuff. But with the ulu chips, we're gonna try something else. Let's add some mayonnaise right here. Got a nice little healthy amount. Add some soy sauce. I'm just making this up as I go, guys. Brown sugar, like that. We're gonna add some oyster sauce. Add a little bit more shoyu to kind of give it a little bit better texture. No idea how this is gonna taste. It's starting to look like something. I'm just making any kind, guys. All right, let's taste this. Not bad. I think it needs something. See, that's kind of perfect right there. All this was shoyu, light mayonnaise, some oyster sauce, and some brown sugar. Here, wait. Me, I'm a sauce guy. My son is also a saucy person. So he said he wants to try some, so I'll let him try first. Right here, son. It's like French fries. Good? Let's try this. Wow. Oh, that's actually pretty dang good. Let's set the fish right on top. We'll get the goat fish right here. Or, you know, let's do the kole. Let's just get this big old kole and set it right on top. Right there. Bango. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Alright guys, so we have the full meal in front of us. The kole, the ulu chips, the ulu bottom part that we steamed, and we made this little dressing, and we put my grandma's special sauce all on top of the fish. And my son wants to try it too, surprisingly, but he does love fish, so yeah, let's sample it out. I think I'm gonna start with the kole. Let's try a little piece of that. See some of the seasoning on top, the pepper. Oh, I haven't had kole in a while. Want some dip? Here. Bite it. Good? Here. Eat it. Hold it. Hold it. My son likes the chips. He likes the chips. So this right here is the Hawaiian-style fish and chips. Both of our main dishes were harvested here locally in Hawaii. The fish harvested from our ocean on the North Shore, and the breadfruit harvested in my backyard. I just don't think it can get any better than this, especially in uncertain times like we're going through right now. Being able to harvest a complete meal, I could feed my son with this too, and my wife. It's just a blessing being able to do that, so it's just incredible. So this one is a little bit thicker slices, and as you guys know, we steamed it and then we fried it over with some butter. Wow. It's good. It's like potato. It's like potato. One thing I forgot to do was season these pieces, but even just by itself like this is good. I do especially like the ulu chips. They really taste like a crossbreed between French fries and chips. I'm gonna try to dip this in here. Doesn't quite work as well with the more potato textured, baked potato textured ulu. Guys, I think that's about it for this episode. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this meal. I've got the other fried fish, the goat fish, and the other smaller kole in my kitchen that my wife and my son are probably gonna eat. I'll see you guys in the next episode. It's been a pleasure doing another spearfishing vlog. More to come as the waves start coming down here on the North Shore of Oahu. Aloha guys, shoots mahalo, stay safe, God bless, peace.